Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Vikas Singh Thakur, and in this video we will be building an RC car. Well, sorry for the lot of delay in between. I was not able to update new videos because I was in a competition. Well, I want to initialize myself with this new video and I want to start something really cool. So let's build an RC car. For this I will be using an aluminum extrusion because aluminum extrusion can take up a lot of weight, and I have some future plan with this RC car, so I will be using this in my future projects also. So using the socketer, I just take out all of these pieces on a certain dimension. You can choose whatever the dimension you really want, and using this L corner bracket I just need to attach all of these together, and using this hammer nut here, so you just need to do, all of the task is really easy. You just simply put the nut and the hammer nut on top of it and put it on the side of the corner of your aluminum extrusion. Once everything is attached, all you need to do is just align it and make sure the symmetricity and proper alignment is maintained here, so that the overall look is very aesthetic and pleasing. And for this I will be also using 4 of this the motor bracket. These are especially built for the Johnson motor bracket or the geared motor that we'll be using in this project. I just need to attach one side of this bracket because I think it is pretty solid to take up a lot of weight here. And here I will be using 200 RPM pro range Johnson geared motor. This is pretty good because I really need some good torque here. I'll be using 3 mm nut here to attach all of the motor to the bracket, and once I just need to put all of these together. And always try to make sure not to damage the thread in the nut, because lots of time it happens that when we are in rush we just damage the thread and it is no use for the later. So all you need to do is just put all the nuts here. Everything must be attached, and a proper alignment should be there. And for the coupling part for the wheel, I will be using the hex coupler here. These are really useful, especially when you are using this kind of tire. Well, this is a 10 mm RC car wheel. I have used this in my previous project, and this is really reliable and pretty strong to take up a lot of weight, and also a good traction is there. All you need to do is just put all of this wheel and align all of them, and always try to be very aware about the the polarity of your wheels or the motors, because lots of time it happen when you want to go forward, both of the motor that is really needed to attach are spinning in opposite direction. So all you need to do is just flip the polarity, and that's it. So everything is once everything is set up, I will be using this acrylic sheet here. So this will give it a proper look, and I have this acrylic sheet from my previous project, and I also need to make it a little bit cleaned up. So I just use some water and some sprayers, and using those I just cleaned it up. So everything needed to be look really good, because that make your project really pleasing. Well, this is the motor driver I will be using. So this is MDDS30. That is by Cytron dual channel motor driver. It can take up to 30 ampere at peak, 30 ampere at a continuous, and you can use this without any microcontroller. This is the really amazing part, because when you are working on some RC car where you don't want any complexity, like using a programming or putting all of those complex circuit and wires together. So this is really best alternative I could say and suggest. All you need to do is just put the battery, put both of the terminal of your both side of your DC motor, and I will be using this RC transmitter. All you need to do is just attach the RC1 and RC2 to the motor driver here, and once everything is attached, all you need to do is just control it using transmitter. And for the aesthetic part in the wire, I will be using this wire sleeves. These are really good and make your overall project looks really good, and I have used this a lot of time in my other projects, and these are quite aesthetic and very pleasing look is there on the output. So for the receiver, I also want to put it above a certain level from the chassis part. So I use this corrugated sheet and make it up to a certain shape, and I just use double side tape to put the receiver on the top of it. So the receiver would be above certain level from the chassis part, And for this powering up the entire RC car, I will be using this lithium polymer battery. Well, this is a 2S or 24C lithium ion battery, which is having 2200 mAh, which is pretty good and more than sufficient for my RC car. I have used this battery a lot of time, and well, you can also could go with the lithium ion batteries. And using my transmitter, this is the Fly Sky FSI6, and this is a 6 channel transmitter. And if you are someone who want to go with the RC car or some project, then this is a very beginner friendly transmitter. I would suggest don't go with the previous or the older version of this, because they take up a lot of current and have no use. So once everything is up and tested, always try to put all the the dip or the dual in package pin in your driver up to 000, and it will be working perfectly and fine. You can also tune different parameters into it using that deep switch. I will put the link on the description, and I using the Aruco tag here, and using this Velcro I just need to attach the battery on top of my chassis so that the battery would be sturdy. And after all of these you just need to put the battery and all of the electronics together, and our RC car is ready. So this is the fastest way you can build an RC car. Well, I have built this before, and a lot of time, that's why it seems really simple. But while you are working, you need to be very aware of the wiring, the polarity and all. So overall working is perfect, and you can see here the overall the response is very smooth, and I really like this driver a lot. There are other varieties of driver which have the similar functionality, like Smart LX 30D, 20D, 15D and 10D. So this is all about this video. I am Vikas, I love robotics, and if you're liking my content, please do subscribe my channel. See you on the next video. Till then, bye.